So guys, today we are going to discuss our next topic that is called dynamic routing. Okay. So first of all, what do you mean by dynamic routing? Anyone? There are two type of routing I told you. First, I told you static routing, right? In static routing, as a network administrator, you have to define the destination manually, right? Everyone. In static routing,
Yes.
as a network administrator, you have to define the destination manually. Otherwise, router will not take the forwarding decision. Getting my point, everyone? Tell me, right? In static
Yes.
routing,
Yes.
either you use default route, either you use network route, either you use host route, any routes you are using, all are called static. So I hope everyone is now aware about the static routing and how we configure the static routing. Now the next concept is dynamic routing. In dynamic routing, just opposite. In dynamic routing, as a network administrator, you do not need to do or you do not need to configure the destination manually. Getting my point, everyone? As a network administrator, you do not need to configure the destination manually. Got it, everyone? So, as a network admin, you do not need to configure the destination manually. Clear, everyone? As a network administrator, you do not need to configure the destination manually. It means when you configure the dynamic routing, the router will exchange the complete routing table with its neighbor. Done, everyone. It means when you configure the dynamic routing, router will exchange the complete routing table with its neighbor. Understand, everyone? Tell me. So
Yes.
this
Sir.
is the
Yes.
meaning of dynamic route. Static routing, routers are not exchanging the complete routing table with each other, right? But in dynamic routing, what router will do? Router will exchange the complete routing table or network information with its neighbor. Getting my point, everyone? And this will happen statically or automatically, everyone? This will happen automatically. Tell me, right now?
Yes.
This will happen automatically. It means when you configure the dynamic routing, router start exchanging the complete routing table with each other automatically, right? Everyone, they tell me,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
And I told you in the first class, if you remember, in a networking, nothing is happening automatically. Please remember this line very carefully. Okay, now I always remember this line. In a networking, nothing is happening automatically. Either there will be a protocol, either there will be an algorithm, or either there will be a XYZ, anything. Getting my point? But none of the thing is happen in the networking automatically. Getting my point? Understand, everyone? So if anything is happening automatically, so definitely there will be a protocol, and this is called, guys, dynamic routing protocol. Understand, everyone? Tell me.
Yes.
So if anything is happening automatically, it means definitely there will be a protocol, and that protocol is called dynamic routing protocol. Clear? Everyone, tell me. Understand?
Yes, sir.
That is called dynamic routing. I hope you guys understand the dynamic routing, the meaning of dynamic routing. Clear now, everyone? Now the next
Yes.
thing is what are those dynamic routing protocol? What are those dynamic routing protocol? So please remember types of dynamic routing protocol. Types of dynamic routing protocol. How many types of dynamic routing protocol? Anyone have any idea? There are two types of
Two types
dynamic.
of
There are two types of
types.
dynamic routing protocol. What are those, guys? The first one is called
IGP,
IGP. First of all, guys,
IGP,
IGP. IGP stands for Interior
Interior Gateway Protocol.
Gateway Protocol. And second one is, guys, EGP.
EGP,
EGP stand for
Exterior Gateway Protocol.
Exterior Gateway Protocol. So there are two types of protocol. First one is Interior Gateway Protocol and second one is Exterior Gateway Protocol. Done? Now,
Yes.
again you guys will ask, sir, here you are telling there are two types of protocol. What do you mean by IGP and what do you mean by EGP? What do you mean by IGP and what do you mean by EGP? Okay, so guys, just remember one thing. IGP means it operates within a
Single network
AS.
area.
AS means autonomous
Autonomous
system.
system.
Autonomous system. So what I write, IGP means IGP operates within a single autonomous system. And what do you mean by EGP? EGP operates
Different autonomous system.
between different AS, and that is called EGP. That is called EGP. Everyone, do you guys understand?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now I have one question. What do you mean by AS? Who can tell me?
AS means a synchronous system.
Yeah.
AS is I think is it as asynchronous system. Asynchronous system.
Yes, I know the form. I am
No.
just asking.
Is it alternate? No. AS should be asynchronous.
An autonomous system could be also an ISP network.
ISP network. Okay, cool. Cool. Anyone have any different answer? Okay. You guys are almost correct. I'm pasting one definition here. Is it visible to all of you? Or otherwise I will
Sir, you
increase
can increase the font size.
now.
Yeah, it's visible.
Please read, guys, what I write about the AS number. An AS is a collection of interconnected IP network under the control of single organization or administrative entity that presents a unified routing policy to the internet. It can be thought of as a large network or a group of network that is managed by a single organization, like example ISP, internet service provider. Do you guys understand? No? Okay. I'm telling you one thing. Focus here. For example, I am the owner of one ISP, let's suppose Airtel. This is the ISP. Yes or no? Everyone. Yes?
Yes.
It means there are multiple clients of Airtel. Yes or no? Yes. For example, this is the company, let's suppose XYZ. There is another company YYY. There is ABC. So these are the company. And these company are using, let's suppose, Airtel as the ISP. What is, guys? Airtel as a ISP. Now tell me one thing. If all the company is using the Airtel to the ISP, so what is the use of ISP here? This Airtel makes the communication possible between its LAN network to internet. Yes or no? Yes, everyone.
Yes.
Yes. So as a network administrator, this is the responsibility of a network admin to manage these network. Yes or no? This is, let's suppose, Airtel router which is present in your company, and that is called Airtel or Tata Mux. I think I already shared in your group, right? Now everyone, recently I worked and I shared the group. What is Mux? That is called Mux. Okay. So let's suppose these are the routers, and these routers are present in my company. So as a network administrator, this is your roles and responsibility to manage these network. Fine. And let's suppose there is internet. So here internet, here internet. So these part, as a network admin, this is not your responsibility to manage this network. I'm not talking about the, let's suppose if you are working in the ISP company, then definitely you guys need to manage this one. Okay. But I'm telling you about the enterprise network. That is most common. So as a network administrator, we do not need to manage these networks. So now the thing is, who is managing this? Airtel itself? Yes or no? Yes, na? Airtel itself managing these network, and that is called outside network.
Yes.
Yes, Airtel is managing. It means, guys, let's suppose for compliance purpose or for anything, let's suppose, for example, we know router and switches. On router and switches, there are iOS. You know, everyone. There are
Yes.
iOS or operating system, and there are version of iOS. For example, Airtel is using 16.0.9. This is the version of iOS, and this is the compliance version of iOS. So it means Airtel will install the same iOS to every router, no matter these routers are present on which client. It means ABC company, XYZ company, or YY company. All the companies is a router. The same version is using. Yes or no? Yes?
Yes.
Airtel is using the same one. So it means Airtel is the ISP, and the all the router comes under the single administrator, that is called Airtel. And Airtel itself managing all the router. For example, if Airtel is configuring anything, for example, Airtel is configuring the BGP, if Airtel is configuring the iOS, if anything Airtel is configuring, Airtel can configure on all the router. It means who is the admin for these router? Airtel itself is the admin of this router. Getting my point? And that is called AS. That is called AS, autonomous system. Or you can understand autonomous system like this. Autonomous system, AS is a type of zone. What? AS is a type of zone. Getting my point? And who manages these zone? Let's suppose if there is a Airtel, so Airtel itself manages all the devices which is present in this zone. Getting my point, everyone? Tell me yes or no. Yes.
Yes.
For example, let's suppose I am working in XYZ company, and in this company, inside the company, multiple network devices are there. Multiple routers, switches, servers, multiple devices are there. Now tell me who is the admin for these devices? As a network administrator, I am the administrator of these devices. It means I can change anything on these devices. Yes or no? Yes. It means all the devices which is present in my company and all the devices in the same zone or different zone. Same zone, right? If all the devices are same zone, it means I am the administrator of all the devices. Getting my point? And that is called AS. It means AS means zone. Clear everyone? Yes or no? Understand? So I hope now you guys understand about the AS. AS means where multiple devices are interconnected with each other but managed by a single administrator or administration. That is called AS.
So,
Yes, please.
can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Should the IS autonomous system the same in different cities?
Sorry, same.
The same IS?
See, basically, let's suppose if this is Airtel, for how AS number is defined? AS number is defined by the number. AS number is defined by the number. Getting my point, everyone? Tell me.
Okay.
AS number is defined by the number. For example, this is the Airtel. Airtel is using the AS number 1. It means this is the name of zone. What is, guys? This is the name of zone. Getting my point? For example, there is another ISP Zio. Zio is using the different AS number, for example, 200. So Zio is using the different zone that is called 200. It means if you want to communicate or route the traffic over the public network, you must need to assign the unique AS number. What is unique AS number? Understand now? For example, Airtel is using 100 and there is a Jio. Jio is also using the 100. So there will be a conflict over the internet. Yes or no? Yes. For example, Airtel is sending the routes over the public internet and Jio is also sending the routes. And for both route, AS number is same. So there will be a conflict. Are you understand na? There will be a conflict. How can we identify this route belongs to Airtel or Jio? This is not possible. So to solve these type of route, so what is the solution? Every time you have to use the, which one? Unique AS number over the internet. So I hope now you guys understand the AS. AS means just zone. And we define the zone on the basis of AS number. Done. And there is a range. I think the range is 1 to 65,535. This is the range of zone. Getting my point? AS number 0 we can't assign. AS number 0 is reserved. Understand? AS number 1 to 64,000. You can check on the Google, I think 495. This is called public AS. That is called public AS. Fine. And 64,495, 64,496. You guys can check the exact value on the Google. 496 to 64,511. Yes, I think this one. This is also reserved for the documentation purpose. So we are not assigning this AS value. We are not assigning this AS value. So 511, after 511, there will be a number 64,512. Okay, so 64,512 to 65,534, I think. So that is called private. That is called private AS. Fine. And the last one is 34 I written. So last one is 65,535. This is also reserved. Getting my point? So this is the AS number range. Done, everyone? Understand? So that is all about, guys, AS number. Okay.
Sir, different places they are arranged that one, sir. If you have office is one
For
location,
example, if you are working in any XYZ company, your company is a part of one AS, then your company will send the routes over the public internet. Getting my point? So that your company will use a unique AS number, and that AS number needs to purchase with the there is an organization, the name of organization I think called Triple or INA. So these are the organization, that organization provide these AS number. Understand? Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thanks.
So I told you there are two type of protocol. First one is IGP, second one is EGP. IGP means, guys, it operates within a single AS, and EGP means it operates between different AS. Now try to understand what is the meaning of this. For example, this is my router number 1, router number 2, router number 3. For example, on router number 1 is the part of AS number 100. Router number 2 is also part of AS number 100, and router number 3 is also part of AS number 100. It means on all the router, AS number is same or different? Same. It means when you configure the dynamic routing protocol and all the routers will communicate with each other, that is called IGP. What is called, guys? IGP. It means here in this case, when all the router belongs to the same AS, so in this case, you can configure which type of routing protocol? IGP routing protocol. Getting my point, everyone? Understand? Are tell me?
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
For example, let's suppose this is my company Tata. One branch is in Delhi. One branch is, let's suppose, in Noida. And here I am using the AS number 100. And here I am using the AS number 100. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Here I am using AS number 100 and here I am using the AS number 100. So definitely both companies same, right? Na? Everyone, company is same, just site is different. Are you tell me yes or no? Yes, na? Company is same, just site is different. So if site is different, so in this case, we are not going to use different AS number. We are going to use the same AS number. So it means, for example, between this site and this site, if you are make the communication possible, which type of routing protocol you guys will use? IGP or EGP?
TGP.
IGP.
IGP, because here you are using the AS100 and AS100. So if you make communication possible within the same AS, what you need to use? You need to use IGP. Done, everyone? Now,
Yes.
second thing. For example, I am using my phone. In my phone, I am using the SIM card Airtel. Nabil is also using his phone, and Nabil is using, let's suppose, the different ISP Zio SIM card. Can I call Nabil? And can I communicate with Nabil? Yes.
Yes.
We can easily communicate. Getting my point? See, I am using Airtel, Nabil is using the Zio. Definitely Airtel is using the different AS number and Jio is using the different AS number. Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
But still we are able to make communicate. Why? Because ISP, and generally ISP is using which protocol, guys? That is called BGP. And BGP is the
BGP.
example of EGP protocol. So EGP means, guys, what do you mean by EGP? By the help of EGP, you can make communication possible in the different AS.
Yes.
In the different AS. So that's the reason you guys, I hope you guys listen. If you want to work in ISP company, and if this is your dream to work in the ISP company, you must need to learn BGP protocol. Without BGP, there is a rare chance you guys will get. Getting my point, everyone? So that's the reason nowadays these are the importance of BGP. Done. And OSPF. OSPF is called, guys, OSPF the example of IGP protocol. OSPF is the example of
IGP.
and BGP is the example of
EBGP.
EGP. Done na, everyone? I hope this is clear to all of you. So
EBGP.
it means by the help of OSPF, what we can do, we can make communication possible in the same AS, or you can say between the branches. Generally, we are using the OSPF. In my current company also, I am using the OSPF. But I have the ISP also. I am using the Airtel and Tata. So at ISP level, we have a BGP. Getting my point, everyone? I hope you guys understand.
Sir, office level also OSPF is used, and communication may be Airtel, and this one BGP is used.
Yes, at ISP, see, at ISP routers, we are using the BGP. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Are you done, na?
Yes, sir.
So that is all about, guys, dynamic routing. So I hope you guys understand what do you mean by dynamic routing and what are the types of dynamic routing. There are two types of dynamic routing, IGP and EGP. IGP stands for Interior Gateway Protocol and EGP stands for Exterior Gateway Protocol. And IGP means IGP help us to make communication possible within the single AS or same AS. And if you are using the EGP, it means you are able to make communication possible between the different AS. Done, everyone? Tell me, clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir,
OSPF, EIGRP. So these are the example of IGP.
IGP.
Okay.
sir, where it is used in static, sir, but only here is used in dynamic.
Sorry, static or now you are telling
Where
static
it is
or
used in
dynamic?
static and where it is used in dynamic. Dynamic is here is using this concept, but static where it is used.
Oof, my God.
Static is if you want to configure manually. Static button is for manual configuration. You want to direct, you want to make a router to learn a particular IP
See,
address.
basically,
You want to
static
make
routing, there is no any place where you can say here you need to configure the static. No. Static means you configure it manually. Getting my
Okay.
point? Whenever
Yes,
you
sir.
have a requirement, whenever you have a requirement, you configure the static routing. For example, I'm just telling, if you ask, I can tell you. For example, let's suppose this is my Airtel router and this is my Tata router. And these are my ISP. Okay. Here Airtel and Tata is using the BGP. This is not my matter. Okay. Let's suppose this is till now, this is my company network. At company network, I have one designated router and second designated router. Generally, we are using the two designated router because of the redundancy. Okay. And let's suppose there are a core switch. Okay. And let's suppose there are the access layer of switch, access switch. And these are the LAN network, or you can say the internal network or users are sitting. Okay, so all the traffic come here on the access switches. What access switches will do? Access switches just forward these traffic to the where? To the core switches,
Switch.
right? Distributions. Okay. Let's suppose here we are using the internal routing, for example, OSPF or any routing. Okay, na? So on these devices, generally we configure the static routing or dynamic routing. Why? Because generally maximum case you guys see the dynamic routing. Why? Because we are just forwarding each and every routes which these router are receiving towards the ISP. Getting my point? And here Airtel and Tata, these are used any EZP, that is not our matter. But generally here we are going to assign either static route or default route. So all the traffic you need to forward towards where, guys? ISP. Then you are able to communicate with the internet. Yes or no? Yes. So that's the reason I told you, don't think like this, where I configure the static or where I need to configure dynamic. No, static means as a network administrator, you need to configure it manually. So whenever you have a requirement, you can configure. For example, here this is the L3 switch. It means on L3 switch, we can also perform the routing. Yes or no? Yes, we can perform the routing. For example, there is a client ABC and there is a client XYZ. For example, I can configure here when this switch receive the traffic from this client XYZ, I configure all the traffic should forward here, this DR1. And here I will configure when this switch will receive all the traffic from this client, this router will forward towards here. I can achieve this type of thing. Are yes or no? Yes, na?
Yes, sir.
It depends on the requirement. Getting my point? So as a network administrator, if you are defining these things manually, so it depends on the requirement. Clear na? Understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And dynamic routing generally we are using where, let's suppose you have a multiple routes, multiple networks, multiple VLANs, and for all the VLANs, for all the network, we can't assign the static route manually. This will be the quite hectic task. As a network administrator, this will be a quite hectic task. For each network that you need to configure it manually. No. Getting my point? So to solve these problems, we have a concept of dynamic routing. So it means when you configure the routing, automatically all the router exchange the complete network information with each other. And all the router have all the network information. You do not need to configure it manually. Getting my point? So that is the advantage of dynamic routing. Done? Everyone?
Yes.
Anyone? Any other question? No? Okay, cool. So we are going to start our first dynamic routing protocol, that is called OSPF. OSPF stands for, guys, open, shortest, path, first. What is open, shortest, path, first? Yes or no? Everyone, tell me.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Anyone tell me why we use OSPF? Anyone who can tell me? Any 1-2 lines?
Yes, the reason why we use OSPF is because we want to it's an IDP and it's used within a particular, just one particular network. It's not, we are not using it within the ISP. We are using it within just one network. We are not using it within the ISP. Because if you are going to, because we only use EGP within the ISP. So but OSPF is used within just the LAN network. So in order to within the LAN network. So we use it as IGP.
Okay, cool. Yes.
And the
I think
network,
it's
the LAN network will be large enterprise network. It can be okay. It can be a large enterprise network. But I can see it here that we can also use OSPF in ISP as well. But or you can use it in ISP as well. But we use it as IGP network, interior gateway gateway protocol network.
Okay, cool. Okay, see here. What I think about the OSPF, my point of view is very clear. I generally I do not miss the thing. I'm just reading this. What is open shortest
Path
path?
first choose.
Open means what? Open means open standard. Open means, guys, open standard.
Open
You know,
standard.
there are two types of protocol: open standard or Cisco proprietary. What do you mean by Cisco proprietary? It means these protocols are developed by
It's
Cisco,
owned
and
by
Cisco is the
Cisco.
owner of that protocol. That means Cisco proprietary. And open means this is open for all vendor. It means
All the
on all
vendors.
the vendor device, you on all the vendor device you can configure this. Getting my point? So that is called open. Clear? I hope now everyone understand meaning difference between open and Cisco. Done na?
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes.
So the first point is open. Open means this is the open standard. Now, shortest means, you know, shortest means what? Shortest path. Okay, na?
Yes.
First, it means when I read this line, I am getting one thing. This is the open source, and basically OSPF is the protocol which choose the shortest path, to reach the destination. So when I am reading only this line, I am getting this one. Am I right or wrong? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yes or no? Yes, no, everyone. So when I am reading only this one, open shortest path first, I am getting this is the open source, and OSPF is the protocol that use the shortest path to reach the destination, or that choose the shortest path to reach the destination. And now the thing is how OSPF choose the shortest path. But for example, this is the source, and this source, if this router wants to reach here, this network, okay, so either they can reach like this, or either they can reach like this. Yes or no, everyone?
Yes.
Yes? Are tell me yes, na? So this router need to decide this path is shortest or this path is shortest. Getting my point? Are tell me yes, na? So when
Yes.
if you use the OSPF, it means OSPF choose the shortest path. It means this is the shortest path. Yes or no? This is the shortest path. Getting my point? So you can say, sir, actually this router choose this path to reach the destination. But the thing is, how? How we can say this path is the shortest and this path is the longest? We cannot say like this. Here is one router, so that's the reason this is shortest, and here is two router, then shortest. No. Don't think like this. There are different parameter and different criteria, and on the basis of that criteria we can say this path is shortest or this path is longest. Getting my point, everyone? So when I read this line, I understand OSPF is the open source that choose the shortest path to reach the destination. Now, the thing is how OSPF choose the shortest path. That's the reason OSPF is called protocol, and that OSPF use the different criteria or parameter, and on the basis of that parameter, OSPF will choose the best path. So in our coming lecture, we are going to discuss these things. So I hope now you guys understand what do you mean by OSPF? Yes or no? Everyone. Done?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So OSPF use the shortest path, but how we are going to now discuss.
It depends on the traffic, sir.
It
Network
depends on
traffic. Network traffic, choosing OSP of shortest path.
Tell me one thing. In previous class, when I teach you about the routing, I told you how router will take the forwarding decision. Longest
Yeah.
prefix, AD value, then
Yes, sir.
metric. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So for example, longest prefix, I told you in 99% case, you guys will see longest prefix is tie. Second one is the guys, AD value. Here I use the 5 router, and on all the 5 router, you are using the OSPF. It means AD value is also
Same.
tie. The last one is metric. It means on the basis of metric, OSPF will choose the best path. And that metric is called cost. In OSPF, metric is called, guys, cost. If you remember, I show you the formula also, how generally OSPF calculate the cost. Clear? Understand?
Yes.
Okay. You are asking, I have answer. I will tell you from scratch. So it in one go, you guys will understand. Don't worry. Okay. Nabil, you understanding? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
So here I written there are multiple things. I will share these things. You guys can read. There are multiple scenario and multiple places where we are using the OSPF, like large enterprises, ISP, data center. Right now, there we are using the OSPF. Okay. Now, next is, guys, benefit of OSPF. What are the benefit of OSPF? These are the theoretical part. I'm just telling you. Please see fast convergence. What do you mean by convergence? Anyone?
It
What
come up
is
with so quickly.
Update the routes
table?
in the routing
I
table.
find the best part by using SPF
And
algorithm.
update the routes. Update the route. For example, this is the router and the destination is 10th network. This router know there are 2 paths to reach the 10th network. And among these 2 paths, one will be the best path. Yes or no? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
One will be the best path. Let's suppose who will be the best path? The shortest will be the best path. Yes or no? Yes? For
Yes.
example, this is the best path and this is the backup path. For example, this path goes down. Then what happened? Immediately this path will become the primary path. Yes or no? Yes, na?
Yes.
It means how much time generally it take to comes up. That is called convergence.
Mhm.
Understand na everyone? Convergence means how much time this path needs to take in come in the primary state. That time is called convergence. Getting my point? So that's the reason I written here OSPF is fast convergence. It means OSPF can quickly update its routing table. Quickly update its routing table. And tell me one thing, it will happen automatically or manually? You are going to update it manually? No.
No.
You are using the OSPF, definitely the routing table will update automatically. And if it is happening automatically, definitely there is something, and that is called SPF algorithm. What is, guys? SPF, shortest path first algorithm. So please remember, in an interview, if anyone asks you, tell me OSPF has fast convergence. Why? You can say, sir, OSPF use one algorithm. The name of that algorithm is SPF algorithm. And by the help of these algorithm, OSPF can quickly update its routing table and minimize the downtime. Getting my point, everyone? So that is called SPF algorithm. Are you understand? Yes or no? Yes, no?
Yes.
Similarly, in case of EIGRP, this is not the part of syllabus, but I am telling you that the name of that algorithm is dual algorithm. EIGRP use dual algorithm. Now, next is scalability. What do you mean by scalability, guys?
Yeah,
OSPF
it
has
can
ability to
handle
handle
large complex.
large complex network topology. OSPF is an IGP protocol, I told you. So it works within the same AS, and we know, but OSPF do not have concept of AS number like EIGRP or BGP, but it handling the large network because OSPF has concept of area.
Yeah.
Try to understand what is the meaning of this line. The meaning of this line is, I told you OSPF is a IGP protocol? Yes or no? Yes? Are tell me, OSPF
Yes.
is,
IGP protocol.
if OSPF is the IGP protocol, it means definitely it works within the AS or same AS. Yes or no? Yes,
Yes.
you are correct. OSPF works within the same AS, but in OSPF generally we are not defining the AS. We cannot define the AS. It means what I am trying to say, please understand, R1, R2. Here I can configure EIGRP 100, EIGRP 200, R1, R2. Here I can configure BGP 100, BGP 200. Guys, 100 and 200 means these are AS number. Okay. R1, R2. OSPF 100, OSPF 200. First of all, tell me one thing. EIGRP is the IGP protocol or EGP protocol? IGP protocol?
EGP.
Are IGP na?
Yes.
EIGRP. So on R1 I configure the AS number 100. On R2 I configure the AS number 200. So if you configure the different AS number on two router and you are using the IGP protocol, it means both router never become the neighbor.
Neighbor.
Both router never become the neighbor.
Neighbor.
Now come here. On R1 and R2, you are using the different AS number, but you are using which protocol?
EGP. EGP.
And EGP is the IGP protocol or protocol?
EGP.
EGP.
Protocol. It means here in this scenario, your neighborship will up.
Up.
There is no problem. Now come here. On R1 and R2, I configure OSPF 100, OSPF 200. What will happen? Neighborship will up or not?
Up, sir.
It will not be up.
Yes.
It will not be up because it's IGP. So
Yes.
you are putting
Yes, it
two
is the
different.
IGP. And here I am using 100 and here I am using 200. So definitely neighborship will not up. Yes or no?
It will be down. Yes, it will down.
It will down. Exactly. Okay. Definitely. I am using one router. I am using second router. Connecting this round. Is it visible now, everyone? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes. Visible.
Don't focus what I am configuring. I will tell you later. Okay. One. Interface gig 0 by 0 IP address 10.0.0.1 255.0.0.0. No, shut down. So I configured here what?
IP address on the interface.
IP address from the router interface.
Configuring OSPF router OSPF 100.
One number.
Okay. Then
Neighbor.
who can tell me? Anyone? Any idea what is the command?
Area.
Neighbor. Network. Sorry.
Route ID.
Network.
Route ID.
I need to advertise the network. So on this router, I configure the 10th network, right? Na? So 10.0.0.0.0.0.0.0 area is 0. I will tell you later, guys, what I configure. Okay. So IP protocol.
Protocol.
I need to write here 2. So
Do.
see, OSPF 100 I configured here on this router. Yes or no? Everyone.
Yes.
And I advertise this network. Done. Come here on R5. Don't focus on the command what I written. We will discuss it later. Host name R2 interface gig 0 by 0. Router
OSPF 200.
200 network 0
Net
dot 0 dot sorry
10
10
dot
dot 0 dot 0 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 area is
area 0.
It will
so
be
I
on
configured here
right?
your IP protocol. I configure the OSPF 200. Yes or no? Everyone. On
Yes.
R1, I configure OSPF 100 and on R2, I configure OSPF 200. Now tell me one thing. Both routers should become neighbor, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So IP OSPF,
Neighbor.
does all both router become the neighbor?
We need
Yes.
to create neighborship.
Sorry?
I have to
Yes or
Create
no?
configure
neighborship.
ID.
It do not become neighbor. Any reason?
Different
Yes,
numbers.
the reason is
areas.
because their AS value is different. Two different AS value, 100 and 200. So, and this is we are configuring IGP. This is IGP protocol. So it will come. It cannot become neighbor. It will be down.
See here. I write router OSPF and then press the question mark. What is this?
Router ID.
Process ID.
Process ID.
This is guys process ID. This is not the AS number. In my point, understand. But see, I am writing here next router EIGRP and then press the question mark. What is this?
Yes.
Okay,
Number.
autonomous system number.
It means what I am understanding EIGRP use the AS number, but OSPF use process ID,
ID.
not AS number. Understand? Everyone, tell me yes or no. I am
Yes, sir. Yes,
writing
Yes, sir.
router BGP and then press question mark. It means BGP is also using what?
AS
AS
number.
Autonomous number system.
It means OSPF is the IGP protocol, but OSPF is not using the AS
AS
number.
number.
Point. But if anyone asks you, tell me OSPF is the IGP protocol, it means all the router within the AS. Then you can answer yes. If you are configuring the OSPF, by default, all the router is in the same AS number, and you do not have option to configure the different AS number because in OSPF there is no concept of AS number.
AS number.
OSPF support process ID, not AS number. But in case of EIGRP, we have a option of AS number, and BCP we have a option of AS number.
AS number.
Anyone who do not understand? I hope now concept is clear.
Yes.
Yes or no? Everyone tell me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, you guys will have question, sir, why neighborship is not up? Multiple guys are thinking, right?
Different process ID, no, sir. That's why.
OSPF only for processing ID.
Router OSPF 100. Here we are using the router OSPF 100, right? Everyone. After that, which command I write? This command. Yes or no? I am
Yes.
writing no. I am writing network 10.0.0.0. I press the question mark. What is this? Wildcard. What is this? We will discuss
CF wildcard.
For
OSPF.
10.0.0.0. This is belongs to class A, B, or C. Who can tell me?
Class A. Class
Class
A.
A.
Class A. What will be the subnet mask?
255.0.0.0.
255.0.0.0.
Yes.
255.0.
Yes.
focus here. For 255.0.0.0, right? This will be the subnet
Yes.
mask. Fine. Please remember, wildcard is just opposite of subnet mask. Just
Oh,
opposite of subnet mask. It
subnet
means
mask.
what will be the wildcard mask for
0
6/8? 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot
0255.
255. Understand, everyone?
Oh,
That is
okay.
called wildcard mask. So now come here.
Sir, in this wildcard will be, I think, 0.255.255.255.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
0
Why?
0
If I am running, guys, if I am running 0.255.255.255, it means this is /24, guys.
Yes, yes. So it's
That
going to
is
be a class B.
/24, not /8.
That's
What will be the subnet? If you are telling this is the wildcard, right?
Mhm.
Right
Yeah,
now,
sir.
you are
Because
telling wildcard. So what will be the subnet? Just wait. So on 0, you have to write 255, and in place of 255, you have to write 0.
but sir, can I say, sir?
Wait. I'm just asking. Is it correct or not? Who can tell me? This is the basic question, guys.
Yeah, this one is correct, I think, sir.
This one is correct. Exactly, this one is correct. Why this is not correct? Who can tell me?
Because, sir,
I
in
think you guys
wildcard
are
we
not
count.
thinking very well. Please think enough. You guys are simply answering me. You guys are not thinking. Think like this. First of all, come here /8. What is the subnet mask? 255,
255.0.0.0.
and this is called subnet mask. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. How can I write wildcard mask? I told you just opposite. Opposite means
Yes.
what? In place of 255, you have to write 0, and in place of 0, you have to write.
255.
So here you need to write
Oh,
0, and here you guys will write what?
0.255.
255.
That's the reason Deepak is correct.
Okay.
Please listen. Whenever I am writing, it doesn't mean I am writing correct every time. I am writing the wrong way also because I want to test you where you guys are thinking. Getting my point, everyone? I hope you guys understand. Done?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Now, come here on this topology. So I write here network 10.0.0.0 and I press the question mark. What I am getting? Wildcard bits, right?
Wildcard
So I
bits.
need to write wildcard mask. What is the wildcard mask? Who can tell me?
0 dot
0
0 dot
255.
255. Done. I press the question mark. What is this? I am getting the area ID. It means I need to assign the area. What is area? We will discuss this later. I assign area 0. So I configured on R1. Are you done now, everyone? Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes.
Conf T, router, OSPF. Here we are running 200. Yes or no? Yes. I am removing it. I am writing network 10.0.0.0. What will be the wildcard?
0.255.
255.255.255.
Area is 0. I configure these things. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Now neighborship up. Now neighborship is up.
Yes,
Yes or no? Everyone, tell me. Now
yes, sir.
neighborship is up. See na? Now neighborship is up. I write the command so IP OSPF neighbor and I'm getting the result. It means what is the result? On this router, what I configured? OSPF. This router I configure OSPF 100 and here I configure OSPF 200. Yes or no, everyone? And I
Yes.
configure OSPF 100 and I configure OSPF 200, but still neighborship is up. Why? Now it's proofing this one 100 and 200 is not AS number. 100 and 200 is not AS. This is what?
No society.
process ID, guys. Because if this will be the AS, then neighborship will not up because OSPF is the IGP protocol, not EGP. Are you getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Process
That
ID.
is process ID, not AS number. If it will be the OS number, then neighborship will never up. And one more thing, please remember, no matter what the process ID you are configuring, it doesn't impact the neighborship. It
So
doesn't
we
impact
same
the
also?
just
Okay.
same. It doesn't impact the neighborship. Done, everyone? Yes or no? Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So I hope now you have better understanding on AS part. Done, na? Everyone? Okay.
The process ID 1 to 655. Which one we have to choose, sir? That one we don't know. No? It specified that only. No?
So this process ID also linked to this particular.
Router OSPF question mark 5,535. Yes, there is no concept of public or private like this.
Okay.
It means from 1 to 65,000 you can choose any process ID. Done, everyone? Understand?
Yes.
Are you tell me? Okay.
Sir.
OSPF, large network locally subdivided into area which help to reduce the size of routing table and provide the efficiency. Otherwise, the router's routing table will crash, handling large number of routers at a time. And that is the reason we have a concept of BGP. Because there is a one problem in the OSPF. OSPF cannot handle very large network. Let's suppose if you are telling 1,000 routes to handle at the same time to the router on which you configure the OSPF, it is not possible. Your routing table will crash. Your routing table will crash. Getting the point? And this is the disadvantage of OSPF. Done, everyone. Now,
Yes, sir.
one more advantage of OSPF, that is OSPF use the concept of area. What? Area. OSPF use which concept, guys? Area concept. What do you mean by area? Any idea? Everyone. Yes, please. If anyone wants to tell me something. OSPF has one concept, that is area. Tell me, guys. Yes or no? No.
I don't know.
Okay. See, OSPF use the concept that is called area. Area is nothing. Area you can understand like this. In OSPF, if OSPF has, let's suppose, multiple routes or large network. So in this case, OSPF divide that network in terms of
Area.
getting my point. So that is called area. Done, everyone?
Like
Understand?
first floor, second floor, third floor, like that.
Yes, like that.
Okay.
Understand, na? For example, let's suppose in your room, if you are living, and let's suppose in your room there are more than 10, 12, 15 members are there. So definitely you, let's suppose all are living in the same room. So definitely you choose or you purchase another room also, na, where you just distribute. Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
Same like this in case of area. So area is what? If anyone is telling what do you mean by area, you can say area is logically grouping of networks. What? Area is logically, we just logically divide the network. In OSPF, what we are doing? We just divide the network logically. So what will happen? What is the benefit? On one router, there will be a less load. There will be a less load. Getting my point, everyone? So that's the reason what we are doing. If OSPF has large network, so we just divide the network logically, and that is area. Understand na? Are it done
Yes.
na? And it doesn't mean if you are configuring the area, then domain is different. No, please remember, domain is same. It means on all the router you are running the OSPF, but what you did, logically you segregate. But what you did, guys, logically segregate.
Divided.
Are it done na? Everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
Now one more thing, types of area. There are two type of area in OSPF. First one is backbone area, and second one is
Non-backbone. Non-backbone.
backbone area. Fine. Please remember, area 0 is called backbone area, and all the other area is called non-backbone area. Done? Everyone?
Yes.
Are you telling me? Yes, no? And one more line you guys can remember, each OSPF area is identified by a unique ID called area ID. What, guys? Area ID. And this is written in dotted decimal. What is dotted decimal?
Yes.
You know na, I write one command, network 10.0.0.0. It means this is what? This is called network. And after that we are assigning what?
Wild.
Are wildcard mask, right na?
Wildcard. Yes, yes.
And after wildcard mask you are assigning what?
Area.
Area. Yes or no? So basically when you are writing the area, it means you are just defining the area here. You are just assigning the area here. I understand, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Understand? So that is area. So there are two types of area. First one is backbone area, and second one is non-backbone area. Area 0 is called backbone. Area 0 is called backbone. And one more thing, this is the core area. This is called, guys, which area? Core area. Why? It means all the other area, please remember, all the other area must be connect with area 0.
0.
Why I am telling this one? Focus here. For example, R1, R2, 3 routers are there. Let's suppose here I am configuring area 0, and area 0. It means right now all the router in the on all the router you configure area 0. It means all the router is called, or all the router in backbone area. Right now, all the router is in which area, guys? Backbone area. So
Backbone
all
area.
the router can easily communicate here. There is no problem. But for example, R1, R2, R1, R2, R3. Like this. Here I configure area 0. Here I configure area 1. And here I configure area 2.
2.
Can these router connect with each other?
No, non-backbone area.
Because both are in which area? Non-backbone.
Non-backbone area.
If you want to make communication possible between non-backbone area, you must need one backbone area. It means those router must connect with the backbone. It means you need to establish a connection like this.
Virtual.
Are you getting my point? Yes, there are multiple methods, but I'm just right now I'm just telling you R1, R2, R3. Here, you are using area 0, area 1, area 2. Fine. These can communicate, but these cannot communicate. If you want, what you need to do, you need to connect here also. Done na, everyone. So that is called area.
Sir,
Are you done?
virtually connected means అంటే ఎట్లా సార్?
Sorry,
Virtually connected means.
Yes, generally we are connecting virtually. For example, my backbone router is in Noida and a non-back router is in the Philippines. So do you need cable?
సరే సార్.
No. So in OSPF, there is a concept of area. I hope you guys understand the concept of area. Done. Now,
Yes.
on the basis of area, there are some types of router in OSPF. On the basis of area, first type of router is called, guys, backbone router. What do you mean by backbone router? Any idea? For example, this is my area 0 and all the router which is present in area 0, all the router is called which router? Backbone. What do you mean by non-backbone router, guys? Let's suppose this is area number 1. All the router which is present in area number 1, that is called non-backbone router. Are you understand? Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes.
Yes. Third one is ABR router. ABR stands for area
Border router.
border router. What do you mean by it? One interface
In area 0.
is in area 0 and other interface
Non-backbone area.
is in non-back.
Different area.
That is called ABR. For example, R1, R2, R3. For example, here I configure area 0. Here I configure area 1. It means on router number 2, this interface belongs to area 0 and this interface belongs to area 1. It means this is the backbone area and this is, guys, non-backbone area. So that's the reason R2 is called which router? ABR router.
AVR.
Understand, everyone? Anyone who do not understand ABR? Understand, everyone?
Yes.
So that is called ABR. There is one more type, ASBR. ASBR stands for, guys, A for autonomous
Autonomous system boundary router.
Border
system
router. Border
boundary
router.
router. It means, what do you mean by it? One interface is in OSPF.
Non-backbone.
One interface is in OSPF.
OSPF.
And another interface will be in different routing protocol.
Routing protocol.
That router is called ASPF. R1, R2, R3, R4. Everyone please focus. Here I am running OSPF area 0. Here I am running OSPF area 1. Here I am running EIZRP. What, guys? EIZRP. Now tell me, this router is called which router, guys? Backbone router, because
Backbone
This
router.
router, all the interface is present in which area? Area 0.
0.
That's the reason this is called backbone router. Right, everyone? Yes or no? Yes?
Yes.
Come on, R2. This interface belongs to area number 0.
0.
And this interface belongs to area number
So it's a
1.
border
1.
router. That's a border router.
Sorry?
APR, area border router.
That is called ABR router. Done, everyone. Now come on this router. This interface belongs to OSPF, and this interface I configured what? EIGRP,
GRP.
right? It means this interface belongs to OSPF protocol, and this interface belongs to other routing protocol.
EIGRP
It means
domain.
that router is called AS.
ASBR.
Done, everyone. I hope now you guys understand the types of router in OSPF. There are again 4 types of router. What are those? First one is, guys, tell me, backbone router,
Backbone router. Non-backbone router. ABR router. ASBR router.
ASBR.
BR router means, backbone router means all the interface belongs to area 0.
0.
That is called backbone, right? Right now. And if any one interface belongs to other than area 0, that is called non-backbone. ABR means one interface belongs to area 0 and other interface belongs to other than area 0. That is called ABR. And ASBR means one interface belongs to OSPF protocol and other interface belongs to other routing protocol. And that is called ASBR. Are you understand, everyone? Tell me yes or no. Yes, na?
Yes, sir.
So that is called what? That is called types of router in OSPF. Are you clear na, everyone? Yes or no? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, wildcard mask /8, that is called CIDR value. And please remember, CIDR value tells us about the number of network bit. Please remember this one. CIDR value tells us about the number of network bit. Done. So for /8, what will be the subnet mask? Who can tell me? 255.0.0. That is called subnet mask. What will be the wildcard mask, guys? 055.
255.
That is called wildcard.
Wildcard mask.
Now, for example, if I am telling you /27, what will be the subnet mask? Who can tell me?
255.
Yes, 255.
255.
255.
255.
8 bits, 24-bit done, right? Now 3-bit
Yes.
more. In 3-bit, how can I write the 3-bit? Please remember, if you are not,
260.
don't know,
2 to
please
4.
understand like this. To the power 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, na, in one octet, how many bit? 8 bit is there, right?
8
Na?
bit.
So that's the reason I
Yes.
write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 bit is there. Now to the power 0, value will be 1. To the power 1, value will be 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Are yes or no? Everyone tell me.
Yes.
Yes.
So here /27, it means 8 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit. 8 plus 8 plus 8. 24-bit is full now,
Four.
right?
Yes.
Now,
Remaining
how many
3.
bit is left? 3 bit,
3.
right? How can you write the 3 bit? Are tell me, how can you write the 3 bit?
Sir, we will add 128 plus 60.
Guys,
128 plus 64 plus 32.
everyone, first of all, focus here. How can you write in the bit? I don't think you guys know. /27, how can you write? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This octet is now full, right? First octet is full. Second octet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second octet is also full. Third octet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Third octet is also full. It means how many bit I written? 8, 16,
24.
24.
It means how much bit is left? 3 bit. 1, 2, 3. 27 bit is full. Are yes or no? Yes, na? And
Yes.
rest are
Yes.
0. 1,
0,
2,
0,
3,
0.
6, 7, 8. Done na everyone? Yes or no? Yes. I hope you guys know
Yes.
these things. So these
Yes,
bits are
yes.
completely, this octet is completely full.
Network bits.
So if this octet is completely full, it means what will be the value? If you don't know,
25.
please think here. If this
You
bit is
convert
completely
it.
full, it means this is full, this is full, 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 full. All the bit is full. So you have to add all the value. And when you add all the value will be 255. Same here, 255. Same here, 255. Done everyone? Yes or no? Understand? Are tell me.
Yes.
Yes.
This octet is completely full. If any octet is completely full, it means maximum value will be, guys,
255.
255. How? You guys can add all the value. When you guys add all the value, you guys will get the value 255.
255.
Done? Everyone understand na? Guys, I am telling you from
Yes.
complete scratch. Okay na? I hope you guys are enjoying.
Yes. Yes,
Yes,
we're
sir.
enjoying it.
Very
Now,
much.
So
now
lesson.
come here, 3 bit. Okay? So 3
It's
bit means
that's
this
it.
is on, this is on, this is on, and rest are 0.
Okay.
Rest are 0. It means what
Mm.
you have to do? You have to add these 3. What will be the value? 128, 64, 32. Guys, anyone who can add me? Who can add?
192 plus
4.
32. 224.
224.
224, I think, right? Na?
224.
Everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
So value will be 224. So this is what? What I written here? This is subnet mask, not wildcard mask. Are this is subnet mask. Yes or no? Everyone?
Yes.
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 Now, I hope now you guys understand how I calculate the subnet mask. Done na? Everyone?
Yes, sir, yes.
For,
Yes.
Yes.
for every CIDR value, you have to follow the same process. Now come on the CIDR. Now, how can I write the CIDR? Sorry,
That's
not
classless.
CIDR. Wildcard mask.
CIDR.
Classless interdomain routing.
Classless interdomain routing.
Wildcard mask. Sorry. Now we need to write here.
00032.
Okay. So
Zero,
we are
zero,
writing,
zero.
guys, wildcard mask. So for wildcard mask, I told you what you have to do. Just opposite the subnet mask. Yes,
Yes.
na? Just opposite
Yes.
the subnet mask. Okay. Everyone, please focus here. This is the subnet mask. Okay. So I'm writing in the bit first. Okay, na? So 27, how can you write in the bit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This octet full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full. Now 24 is full. Now only how much? 3 left. 3 left, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And rest are 0. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyone have any doubt? Clear now?
No.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir, yes.
right now I written here subnet mask. Right now this is subnet mask. Now how can you write the wildcard mask? I told you when you are writing the wildcard mask, what you have to do? You have to just opposite the subnet mask. It means instead of 1 you have to write 0, and instead of 0 you have to write 1. Are done na everyone? Yes or no? Yes. So
Yes.
in wildcard mask, what you have to do? See na, in subnet mask, in this octet, all the value is 1. So in wildcard mask, all the value will be 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done everyone? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
So here, in this octet, all the value is 1. So in wildcard mask, all the value will be 0. Are tell me yes or no? Yes. Here
Yes, sir.
again, 0.
Yes, sir, reverse.
Now here 3 bit is 1. So 3 is 0 and rest 5 are 1.
1, 1, 1, 1.
Are it done now everyone? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, what will be the overall value? All the bit is 0. It means overall value will be 0. Right? Right na? Are tell me all the
Yes.
value is off. When all the value is off, how you calculate? How you add? Nothing need to add. It means overall value is 0.
0,
For this
0,
one, 0.
0,
For this one, 0.
0.
Anyone? Any doubt? Anyone who do not understand? Please tell me. Till now, I hope you guys understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now please focus here. In last octet, these three are 0. These three are 0. It means this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, and rest are 1.
1.
So it means what you need to add? Only
Add
this
to
part
be
you need to.
34, 28,
So 16
31.
31.
plus
31.
8 plus 4 plus 2 plus
31.
1. How much,
31.
guys? 30?
31.
31.
Are yes, na? 31. So what
One.
will be the wild card mask? 0,
0,
0,
0,
0,
0,
30.
0, 31. Wow.
If still you guys don't understand, then
No,
this is the
understand. Say, you
na?
have not taught us subnetting. Have you taught us subnetting in this class?
Yes, I will tell you the subnetting, don't worry. But this is if you understand these things, how I calculate the subnet mask, how I write the CIDR value, 80% subnetting is done.
Yeah, I can see. So are you saying
I
that the wide cast mask is for the classless interdomain routing CIDR?
No. CIDR is different. Basically, when you are writing, let's suppose the IP address 10.0.0.1 and here you are writing /8. It means what? This is the CIDR. This is CIDR and this value is telling network part. In your IP address, how much part is network?
Okay.
Okay.
What is
So
the
I
use
hope
of
now you
wildcard
guys,
mask?
I hope you guys are now able to calculate the wildcard mask. Right now, everyone? Yes or no? Yes, na? Okay.
Sir, what is the use of wildcard mask?
Sorry? What is the use
Use
of?
of wildcard mask.
Basically, generally in the routing protocol like OSPF is using the wildcard mask to check how much part I need to match and how much part I do not need to match. Getting my point? I will tell you later when I configure the OSPF, don't worry. But if anyone asks you, just tell him one line, by the help of wildcard mask, routing protocol, check how much part I need to match and how much part I do not need to match. That's all.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, come here. See, root summarization. OSPF support the root summarization also. Root summarization means? Anyone? Tell me, root summarization means what? For example, if you have a roots like the 10.0.0.1/8, 10.0.0.2 like 8. Let's suppose these are the network. Okay, now or these are the IP address. So instead of writing one by one, what we can do? We can write only this one, na? Yes or no? Yes, na? So instead of writing one by one, what we need to write? We need to choose the any single network ID in which all the small network already came. So that is called root summarization. So by the help of root summarization, what is the benefit? The size of routing table will be reduced. Size of routing table will be, guys, reduced. Okay, everyone.
Sir, one time repeat, sir, please.
Sorry.
One time repeat, sir, root summarization.
Root summarization means basically instead of installing multiple small roots one by one in the routing table, router or OSPF perform the root summarization. So instead of writing one by one, router install the one big network in the routing table, only one root. And in the one root, all the small roots already included. Getting my point? So load on the router will be reduced. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Load balancing. Yes, OSPF support the load balancing also. Load balancing means what, guys? Everyone. It distribute the traffic across the multiple path. Understand? Everyone. It distribute the traffic between the multiple path. Are you understand, everyone? Yes or no? For example, this is the router. This is the router. This is the router. There is a switch and this is the user and there is a user. Fine. And let's suppose on this router, this router needs to reach this network. So either this router reach Y this one, or either this router reach Y this one. Yes or no? Yes? Are tell me. Yes, na? Are when this user ping packet reach here, either this router forward this packet by this path, or either this router forward this packet through this path. Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
on this router, how many paths to reach the destination? 2 paths, right? Either this
Okay.
one or either this one. By default, router choose the shortest path. Yes or no? And this is the use of OSPF. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Everyone. Yes, na? But
Yes, shortest spots.
has one more benefit, or you can say one feature that is called load balancing. It means this router can perform the load balancing also. Load balancing means, let's suppose this router receive the 10 packet. Maybe this router forward 5 packet through this path and 5 packet through this path. So it means, what is the benefit? If all the 10 packet you are sending through this link, it means the utilization on this link is high, na? Yes or no?
Yes.
So what we can do, you can just reduce the load
Just,
on the link.
yes. And
You
send
can
the other packets.
link load on the link, but how? On the basis of load balancing. So in OSPF support this feature, load balancing. So when you perform the load balancing, what you can do? You can reduce the load on the particular link. You can just distribute the traffic between the link. So some packets I send here through this link, and some packet I send through this link. Getting my point, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes.
Some packets are dividing this link and some packets are dividing that link, sir. Maybe.
Yes, I am telling, just divide the packets, or just not divide. Divide means what? Let's suppose this is a size of 100 byte packet. You are telling 50 bytes through this link, or 50 bytes this link. No, I'm not dividing like this. It means if this router receives the 10 packet, 5 packet may be sent through this link and 5 packet through this link.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
So
a
how it is
question.
deciding through
I have a
SPF
question.
algorithm?
Sorry, how it?
How it is deciding?
Basically, there is no any such type of rule or algorithm through which they decide how much packet through this one and how much packet no. Generally, the concept is in the ratio. Okay, na?
Now,
Basically, OSPF choose either 1-to-1 ratio, 1 or 2 ratio. There are multiple criteria like bandwidth. Basically, they are using the cost. Okay, na? So they use the
yes,
multiple
cost
criteria
out
like
and
bandwidth or
costing.
like this. And on the basis of that thing, they calculate the what ratio. For example, they calculate the metric cost value of this link and cost here. Okay, na? So this router divide. For example, the cost of this link is 100 and cost of 100. So 100 by 100. It means you get what? 1:1, right? Na? Ratio is
Yes.
1:1. It means this router received the 10 packets. So this router forward 5 packets here and 5 packets here, like this. There is no
Okay.
such any algorithm like
I
this.
have a question. I have a question.
Yes, please.
When you are like where I work, they used to do when you are making some changes when for some traffic on a router, when they want to do some changes, they do some costing out and costing link of some routers. So can we apply OSPF load balancing technique here in when you are costing out and
First of
costing
all,
link?
please remember this one. On all the router, generally we are not performing the load balancing. For example, come on this router. If this router wants to reach this one, do you need the load balancing? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. So please remember this one. Generally, we are performing the load balancing if you have a redundant path. For example, this router reach this network by 2-way, either this way or either this way. It means this router has 2 paths, and that is called redundant. And this is called redundancy. Getting my point? So generally, we are performing the load balancing on those router where they have redundant paths, multiple paths.
See, yeah.
and then you can utilize the benefit of load balancing, otherwise no. Then understand?
Yes.
Tell me. Okay. Now disadvantage of OSPF, I told you. OSPF router exchange the complete network topology with each other. Each router run the SPF algorithm on this database to choose the best path for every network and install the best path to its routing table. So this is the first benefit. And because routers check all the available network and choose the best path, this process use the lots of CPU and RAM. What is the meaning of this one? For example, R1, R2. And let's suppose there are 30 networks are there. And here you configure the OSPF. What you configure, guys? OSPF. What this router will do? This router share the complete 30 network information with this router. And let's suppose here 50 networks are there. This router share the complete network information with R1. Fine. What R1 will do? R1 run SPF algorithm on each network. On each network and choose the best path. Choose the best path. Getting my point? So if, please assume like this, if a router is running the algorithm on every prefix, definitely the CPU utilization, RAM utilization will be quite high. Yes or no? Yes. Getting my point, everyone? So that is the disadvantage of OSPF. So what is the disadvantage, guys? Tell me, what is the disadvantage? Alright, see, R1, R2, R3, R4. For example, there is switch, there is switch, there is switch, and let's suppose there are 100 networks are there. Fine, yes or no? Yes. What this router will do, when you configure the OSPF, this router share the complete network information on this router like this. Yes or no? Yes, na everyone. So what this router will do? This router run which algorithm? SPF algorithm on all the 100 prefix one by one. And for all the 100 prefix, it choose the best path. It choose the best path. Getting my point, everyone? Now, again, you are telling, sir, but this is good, na? For let's suppose this router is sending the packet first time and this router run the algorithm and choose the best path. But this is fine because if router is running the SPF algorithm and choosing the best path, it means the router is now correct because router choose the correct path. This is fine. But try to understand, this is not something like this. For example, let's suppose this is the switch number 1. This switch goes down and after 1 minute this switch up. What will happen? Let's suppose this is the 10th network and all the network is working fine. There is no problem. When this router up, this router again send complete 100 networks with this router. But is it necessary all the 100 network? No, na. Only this router should share only 10th network to this router. Alright, tell me yes or no. Yes, na. But no.
Yes.
This router share the complete 100 network with this router. Again, this router perform the same task, SPF algorithm, choose the. So these tasks is quite hectic. So this router use the maximum RAM or CPU. So that is the disadvantage of OSPF. It means for every time the router will share the complete topology or complete network information with its neighbor. And router run the SPF algorithm again and again. Clear na, everyone? Understand?
Yes, sir.
So that is the disadvantage of OSPF. Done? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
So that is all about the basics of